foreigners even have a web page. I think Bahamas, Sunshine, and see something, and they're talking about how difficult it is to travel to the Bahamas, and so they're deciding to go to different destinations. Now, Jamal Wilson just said something. He said, they're eating all our groupers and lobsters. What in the sea? And Jamal Wilson has a point. Because while these foreigners in particular who are complaining are talking about the prices of the cruise permits, they're not telling you why the government went so high. But I'll tell you. Now, the government went high because what you had was a lot of these persons who were coming on these cruise permits paying little or nothing were stealing our fish, stealing our seafood, stealing everything. The groupers, the crawfish or the lobster, carrying everything. Some of them were illegal, not some of them, they were illegal fishing. Some of them were overfishing. Some of them were using stuff that is not allowed in our waters. They were destroying our waters. I spoke to someone who told me how somebody, a white person from Ortec, was in Florida trying to sell them fish, and they did not know that they were Bahamian. And telling the person, oh man, I work at Ortec, but while I'm there, I fishing. And he brought lots of fish to sell. These people were coming into our waters, fishing their life away, while Bahamians had to face regulations and abide by those regulations. And so when the crawfish season closed fast, it's still open for them. They were going into the fishermen's condos and taking their crawfish out. Foreign fishermen, and especially the Americans. And so I understand those persons complaining about the cruise permits. But child, y'all were taking advantage. We had a fisherman, I think Bahamian fisherman from Abaco, who talked about, and because he spoke to me, how he met the U.S. fishermen out there overfishing the waters and taking advantage of our seas and taking advantage of our fishermen by extension. And so the government is trying to address the situation because we don't have sufficient defense force boats to police everywhere. And we don't have a way to properly address this the way that we should. And so they thought the best way to deal with it was to increase the cost for cruise fishing for cruise permits in the Bahamas. That way you can head off some stuff. Because what was happening to us, they're not only fishing, they're taking over local services. So whereas Bahamians would run the bone fishing operations, they're coming in now and coming on boats and bringing in the people and carrying them bone fishing in Bahamian waters. That's what they're doing. At Paradise Island, they bring a big boat with lots of little boats. They head out to Rose Island, and then they bring the people down to Paradise Island, to Atlantis, and they take them out on the boats, and they're charging upwards of $150,000 to live in a lap of luxury. Rose Island and Paradise Island. And Bahamians are not getting any of that money. The Bahamas isn't getting any of that money. That's what they're doing. All over this country, our Bahamian people are being raped without condoms. All over this country. And so, I can't feel bad when they catch a local person or a white man with a boatload of guns and they decide to charge him $1.4 million. They need to charge him more, $2 million flat.